Welcome, fellow nostalgia seekers. Today, we're taking a journey back in time to the golden era of television, specifically the years 1983 to 1987. During this period, a beloved show graced our screens, capturing the hearts of audiences across the nation. But as we delve into the past, we'll also uncover the bittersweet story of an actor who played a pivotal role in the success of this iconic sitcom. If you grew up in the 80s, you probably remember the charming and heartwarming series, Webster. This sitcom followed the adventures of an adorable young boy named Webster Long, who was taken in by a wealthy couple after the death of his parents. The show was a beacon of joy, laughter, and life lessons for many viewers. Stay tuned for more as we explore the lives and stories of those who made Webster a cherished part of our television history. This is the Webster 1983 to 1987, Actor Who Died retrospective, where the past comes alive. Let's dive in. Alex Karras. George Papadopoulos, portrayed by Alex Karras, took on the role of the adoptive father to Webster Long, Emmanuel Lewis, in the ABC sitcom Webster, alongside his spouse, Susan Clark. The news of the passing of Alex Karras, renowned for his initial career as a football icon with the Detroit Lions, has been reported by the Associated Press. At the age of 77, Karras, who was battling kidney failure, passed away in his Los Angeles residence, surrounded by family, including his wife, Susan Clark, the Canadian actress who also played his fictional wife, on Webster, as confirmed by Karras's attorney, Craig Mitnick. Born as the fourth child among six to a doctor in Gary, Indy, Karras achieved All-American status at the University of Iowa and spent 13 seasons as a formidable defender for the Lions. His absence in the 1963 season was due to a suspension for betting on his own team. Additionally, Karras dabbled in professional wrestling during the 50s and 60s. Karras and Clark shared a daughter, Kathy, now 32. Karras's initial marriage concluded in divorce after 18 years and 5 children. Clark, unfamiliar with Karras at their first meeting on the set of the 1975 TV biopic Babe, where Karras portrayed her husband, remarked, "People told me he was a sports superstar and one of the funniest men on TV." She continued, "Then I met this large, rather shy man." Clark was initially hesitant due to Karras's ongoing divorce and 5 children, but her perception shifted. "Alex didn't come on like a macho Hollywood fantasy," she noted. "He had insight, he's sexy and intelligent, street smart. He is very moral, and his confidence is astonishing to someone like me, who sometimes has lots and then none." In recent years, Karras faced dementia and cancer, and was involved in the mass concussion lawsuit filed by over 3,000 former NFL players against the league. Henry Polic II. Henry Polic II took on the role of the sardonic Jerry Silver, serving as the secretary and confidant to Katherine Susan Clark in 54 episodes of the series. Esteemed character actor Henry Polic II, known for portraying the Sheriff of Nottingham in Mel Brooks' series When Things Were Rotten, has passed away at the age of 68. Polic, recognized for his cult following as the voice behind the malevolent scarecrow Dr. Jonathan Crane in Batman the Animated Series, passed away on a Sunday in an assisted living facility in Sherman Oaks after a prolonged battle with cancer, as disclosed by his longtime manager Brad LeMac. Polic gained popularity as a frequent contestant on game shows such as the $25,000 Pyramid and its later iteration, the $100,000 Pyramid, both under the hosting of Dick Clark. In 1986, Polic even took on the role of a game show host himself, overseeing ABC's Double Talk. Having portrayed Dracula in the short-lived 1970s NBC series Monster Squad, Polic made guest appearances on numerous shows, including Alice, Mork and Mindy, 8 is Enough, Murder, She Wrote, Sheena, and Saved by the Bell. In addition to his contribution to Batman, his voice resonated in other animated series such as The Fonz and the Happy Days Gang, Smurfs, The Dukes, and Midnight Patrol, Adventures in the Dream Zone. Born in Pittsburgh in 1945, Polic pursued his education at Florida State University, where he earned a master's degree in acting. Following his graduation, he was drafted and stationed at Fort Riley in Kansas before becoming associated with various theaters, including the Missouri Tent Theater, the Players Theater of Miami, and Phoenix's Southwest Ensemble Theater. His relocation to Los Angeles in the early 1970s marked his television debut as the Sheriff of Nottingham on ABC's short-lived 1975 comedy When Things Were Rotten, featuring Richard Gautier as Robin Hood and Dick Van Patten as Friar Tuck. A member of the Actors Fund since 1973, Polic also held a position on the organization's Western Council, earning emeritus status in the previous year. To honor Polic's memory, a memorial scholarship fund has been established at Florida State to support the School of Theater's annual production of new works. Survivors include his sister, 2 nieces, and a nephew, Katherine Damon. Katherine Damon graced the set of Webster from 1984 to 1986. At the age of 56, Katherine Damon, renowned for her Emmy-winning portrayal of a steadfast and loyal wife amidst the eccentric characters on the TV parody Soap, succumbed to cancer on May 4, 1987, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. Ms. Damon achieved widespread recognition as Mary Campbell, the wife of Burt Campbell, serving as the working-class counterparts to the affluent and pretentious Chester and Jessica Tate in the whimsical satire of daytime soap operas. The sitcom, which aired from 1977 to 1981, featured a loosely structured plot that occasionally bewildered viewers with themes of incest, adultery, and homosexuality. Mary Campbell, portrayed by Ms. Damon, navigated the challenges posed by her husband, played by Richard Mulligan, who was once cloned by extraterrestrial beings. The clone was dispatched to share several intimate evenings with her. The tumultuous TV family also included a son entangled in organized crime and another son who identified as bisexual, a role played by comedian Billy Crystal. Part of Katherine's role is to provide stability amid all the lunacy, remarked executive producer Paul Younger-Witt in 1981. This portrayal earned her an Emmy Award in 1980. Ms. Damon remained active in her career until shortly before her illness incapacitated her. On the small screen, she graced shows such as Matlock, Mike Hammer, and Murder, She Wrote. Previously, she had been the neighbor on Webster and featured in the TV movie Not in Front of the Children. On the Broadway stage, Ms. Damon left her mark in productions such as Flora the Red Menace, Prisoner of Second Avenue, The Last of the Red Hot Lovers, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Boys from Syracuse. Survivors include her mother and one sister. Eugene Roche. Eugene Roche took on various roles in movies and television shows, following his 2-year tenure on Webster. A portly character actor, renowned for portraying the kitchen-cleaning Ajax man in commercials and delivering memorable performances in TV classics like All in the Family and Magnum P.I., has passed away at the age of 75. Roche succumbed to a heart attack on Wednesday in an Encino hospital, as confirmed by family friend Timothy Wayne on Friday. He had been admitted for tests on Monday following a mild heart attack at his Sherman Oaks residence, Wayne stated. While Roche's name might not be instantly recognizable to many, his visage certainly is. With a plump and genial demeanor accompanied by glinting eyes, Roche co-starred in the TV series Webster as an amiable landlord. He also portrayed Archie Bunker's neighborhood rival, Pinky Peterson, in All in the Family. A Boston native, Roche added depth to the character of the cantankerous old-school private investigator Luther Gillis in Magnum P.I., assumed the role of the cunning attorney E. Ronald Malou in the sitcom Soap. and played the newspaper editor Harry Burns in Perfect Strangers. One of his standout film performances was in the 1971 adaptation of Kurt Vonnegut Jr.'s novel, Slaughterhouse-Five. Roche depicted the likable Piabu Edgar Derby, who, amid the scorched remnants of a firebombed Dresden, picked up an intact porcelain figurine as a souvenir, promptly facing execution for looting by his German captors. He is survived by his wife, Antoni, and their 9 children. Jack Kruschen. Jack Kruschen took on the recurring character of Papa Papadopoulos in the Webster series from 1985 to 1987. Kruschen passed away on April 2, 2002, while on vacation in Chandler, Arizona. He had been grappling with health issues for an extended period, reaching the age of 80. Despite his demise occurring on April 2nd, news of his death didn't reach the media until the latter part of May. Kruschen initiated his career at a Los Angeles radio station at the age of 16. Serving in the Army during World War II, he was assigned to the Armed Forces Radio Service, AFRS. Post-war, he continued contributing to network programs, including Broadway is My Beat and Pete Kelly's Blues, in addition to frequent roles in anthology series, westerns, and crime dramas. His presence was notable in the recurring role of Grandpa Papadopoulos in the Webster series from 1985 to 1987. In the early 1990s, he portrayed another Greek grandfather, Yorgos Papouli Katsopoulos, as well as Pam and Jesse's grandfather on Full House. This stint comprised only 2 episodes before his character met his demise in the episode titled The Last Dance. Kruschen's final on-screen appearance occurred in the 1997 film Till There Was You, where he played the character Mr. Katz. Heather O'Rourke. Heather O'Rourke took on the recurring roles of Melanie in the sitcom Webster in 1983. Heather passed away at the Children's Hospital and Health Center in San Diego on February 1, 1988, at the age of 12. Her demise gained significant attention due to the lawsuit her parents filed against her doctors, alleging medical malpractice for misdiagnosing the condition attributed to her death. Heather Michelle O'Rourke entered the world on December 27, 1975, in San Diego, born to Kathleen and Michael O'Rourke. Her mother pursued a career as a seamstress, while her father worked as a carpenter. Heather had an older sister, Tammy O'Rourke, who also pursued acting. In 1981, Heather's parents divorced and her mother married Jim Peel, a part-time truck driver, in 1984, while they were residing in a trailer park in Anaheim, California. In Poltergeist, O'Rourke portrayed Carol Ann Freeling, a young suburban girl who becomes the conduit and target for supernatural entities. During the film's production, Spielberg twice accommodated the young actress when she faced fear. In instances where she was scared by a specific stunt, Spielberg replaced O'Rourke with a stunt double wearing a blonde wig. Additionally, when she was disturbed by the portrayal of child abuse, Spielberg opted not to require her to perform the take again. Carl Steven. Carl Steven took on the role of Petey in the sitcom. Steven passed away on July 31, 2011, at the age of 36, succumbing to a heroin overdose while incarcerated in Tucson, Arizona. Positioned as the middle child among 3 boys, he was born to Glenn and Cynthia Krakoff and hailed from Glendale, California, in Los Angeles County. Steven also featured in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, 1984, portraying a young Spock, marking the first time an actor other than Leonard Nimoy took on the role in a live-action portrayal. Additionally, he played a minor part in Disney's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, 1989, and lent his voice to the character of young Fred Jones for 4 seasons on the Hanna-Barbera animated series A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. This made Steven the first actor, besides Frank Welker, to take on the role. His last acting credit came in the television series Weird Science, where he assumed the character named Matthew. He appeared in 6 episodes of the series until his retirement from acting in 1996. Stephen developed a dependence on prescription medications after a tonsillectomy and resorted to theft to sustain his addiction. He entered into matrimony with Dawn Krakoff in 1998, and they remained married until his passing in 2011. The couple had a son named Noah. In 2009, Stephen faced legal repercussions for committing 6 armed robberies at various Walgreens stores and CVS pharmacy locations. He received a 13-year prison sentence in 2010, with a scheduled release date in 2023. Neva Patterson. Neva Patterson took on the role of Emily Calder Young, Katherine's mother, seasons 2 to 3, in Webster. While seldom in the spotlight, the actress Neva Patterson, who passed away at the age of 90, skillfully portrayed the characters she inhabited. She excelled in depicting cold, reserved, and perhaps sexually restrained women. In the romantic comedy An Affair to Remember, 1957, she portrayed Lois Clark, an heiress awaiting a playboy, Cary Grant, from Europe to marry her, stationed on the dock in New York. Patterson graced numerous television series, consistently leveraging her icy demeanor. In The Governor and J.J., 1969-70, she played the pragmatic secretary of a state governor, Dan Daly, a widower with a teenage daughter. Additionally, she took on the role of a formidable matriarch overseeing a small western town where James Garner serves as sheriff in Nichols, 1971-72. Her notable television success came in V, 1983, and the subsequent miniseries V the Final Battle, 1984, featuring a spaceship landing in Los Angeles. In another unsympathetic portrayal, she collaborates with the aliens while her son joins the resistance. Patterson is survived by her third spouse, the TV writer James Lee, and their children, Megan and Filippo. Richard Karant. Richard Karant took on the role of Maurice in the series. Born as Richard Henry Karant on April 11, 1934, he passed away on March 1, 2017, at the age of 82, surrounded by his family in Wilmington, NC. Originating from the Bronx, New York, Richard was the son of Samuel and Gertrude Karant. Serving in the Army during the Korean War for 8 years, he distinguished himself as an honor guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Following a career in sales, he was discovered by Dustin Hoffman at Catch a Rising Star in New York, leading to the commencement of his acting journey. Richard remained active in the entertainment industry, spanning stage, TV, movies, and voiceovers well into his late 60s and early 70s. In September of 2001, he married his wife, Judy, and they later relocated from New York to Wrightsville Beach, NC. Mr. Karant is remembered by his wife, Judy Gerard, daughters Stacy Johnson and Gwen Vallone, grandson Mookie Johnson, granddaughter Malin Johnson, nephews Dwayne, Glenn, and Keith Karant, niece Allison Karant, along with their spouses and children. Diahann Carroll. Diahann Carroll made her debut as a guest cast member in the series. The Oscar-nominated actress and singer celebrated for her groundbreaking role as the first black woman in a non-servant position in a TV series like Julia, has passed away at the age of 84. Suzanne K., Carroll's daughter, informed CBS News that her mother passed away on Friday morning in Los Angeles after a courageous battle with cancer, as confirmed by Carroll's publicist Jeffrey Lane, citing breast cancer as the cause. Throughout her extensive career, Carroll garnered a Tony Award for the musical No Strings and received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her role in Claudine. However, she is most notably remembered for her impactful contribution to Julia. In the groundbreaking sitcom that aired from 1968 to 1971, Carroll portrayed Julia Baker, a nurse whose husband was killed in Vietnam. Director Ava DuVernay paid tribute to Carroll on Twitter, stating, "Diahann Carroll walked this earth for 84 years and broke ground with every footstep. An icon, one of the all-time greats," DuVernay continued. "She blazed trails through dense forests and elegantly left diamonds along the path for the rest of us to follow. Extraordinary life. Thank you, Ms. Carroll." Carroll's life included an early marriage to nightclub owner Monty Kay, resulting in her only child, Suzanne, and later divorce. She also divorced her second husband, retail executive Freddie Glussman, subsequently marrying magazine editor Robert DeLeon, who passed away. In 1987, Carroll entered her most celebrated marriage with singer Vic Damon, and the duo performed together in nightclubs. However, they separated in 1991 and divorced several years later. Following her treatment for breast cancer in 1998, Carroll became an advocate for increased funding for research and free screenings for women unable to afford mammograms. Addressing a gathering in 2000, Carroll expressed her hope for a future where mastectomies, chemotherapy, and radiation would be deemed barbaric. Survived by her daughter, she is also remembered by her grandson, August and Sydney. Hey everyone, we've reached the end of today's video, and I hope you enjoyed the content as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to me, and it's what keeps this channel going. But before you go, let's keep the conversation alive in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts, suggestions, and any ideas you have for future videos. Is there a topic you'd like me to cover? Let me know. Now, for all of you who've been with me on this journey, whether you're a new viewer or a longtime subscriber, thank you. Your support has turned this channel into a community, and I couldn't be more grateful. Remember, we're not just viewers and creators, we're a family. So, until next time, take care of yourselves, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.